Today, our topic is Joseph Andrews by Henry Fielding. In this novel, we discuss how Joseph Andrews, as a picresque novel, Joseph Andrews can't be called a regular picresque novel for Fielding, implies elements of this tradition in an exposition of his own theory of ridiculous. He was writing a comic epic poem in prose. He adopted the picresque tradition to his own theory of the novel, which shows the influence of various other literary forms beside the picresque. However, the picresque motif helps Fielding to fulfill his aim of ridiculing the fictions of human beings. The different strata of society can be represented through the picresque mode. The travelers meet squires, innkeepers, landladies, persons, philosophers, liars, and surgeons, beggars, peddlers, and robbers and rogues. Particularly, social levels prevalent in the day, and follies and fibers of human nature in general are effectively exposed. Fielding's style is pungent as he presents the worldly and crafty priest and the callous, vicious and inhuman country squires. Malice, selfishness, vanities, hypocrisies, lack of charity, all are ridiculed as a human follies. The picresque tradition belongs to Spain and derived from the word picaro, meaning a rock or a villain. The picresque originally involved the misadventure of the rock hero, mainly on the highway. Soon, however, the rock was replaced by a conventional hero, gallant and chivalric. The comic element lay in the nature of the hero's adventure, through which generally society was terrorized. The picresque novel is the loosest in plot. The hero is literally let loose on the high road for his adventures. The writer got the opportunity to introduce a large variety of characters and events. The hero wanders from place to place, encountering thieves on rocks, rescuing damsels in distress, fighting duels, falling in love, being thrown in prison, and meeting a vast section of society. The opportunity of representing a large section of society gave the author the power of exploring the fullest of the widest possible range of humanity. As the hero meets a gamut of characters from the country squires to the haughty aristocrat, from hypocrite to ill tempered soldiers, the writer is able to introduce with the least possible incongruity the saint and the sinner, the virtuous and the vicious. The writer has a chance to present the life, culture, and morality prevalent in his time and to satirize the evil. Fielding acknowledged his debt to Cervantes, whose Don Quixote is the best known picresque novel in Spanish. Like the Don and Sancho Panza, Parson Adams and Joseph sets out on a journey which involves them in a series of adventures, some of them burlesque, at several country inns or rural houses. Like the Don, Parson Adam is a dreamy idealist, but there are differences too between Joseph Andrews and the picresque tradition, vital enough to consider Fielding's novel as a belonging to the genre of its own. The central journey in Joseph Andrews is not mainly a quest for adventure as it is in the picresque tradition. It is a sober return journey homewards. Joseph and Lady Bobby are taken to London, and the reader is given a glimpse of society ways in that great city. It is in the chapter 10 of book 1 that the picresque element enters the novel, with Joseph setting out in a borrowed coat towards home. The picresque tradition is maintained up till the end of the book 3. Joseph meets with the first misadventure when he is set upon by robbers, beaten, stripped, and thrown unconscious into a ditch. A passing stagecoach and its passengers very reluctantly convey Joseph to at an inn. The incident gives ample scope to Fielding for satirizing the pretenses and affectations of an essentially inhuman society. The Two's Woes Inn provides a grim picture of callous human beings, the vain and ignorant surgeons, and the drinking parsons. Once again, kindness and generosity come from an apparently immoral girl, Betty the chambermaid. With the arrival of Parson Adams, the picresque journey takes on a more humorous tone, with plenty of farce. The encounter with the patriot who would like to see all cowards banged but who turns tail at the first sight of danger leads to the meeting with Fanny. She is rescued by Adams in proper picresque romance style with heroes. Several odd characters are met on the way, such as the squire who makes generous but false promises. Then comes the abduction of Fanny and the reintroduction of something more serious. We also have the interpolated stories which belong to the picresque tradition. In his use of this device, Fielding shows how far he has come from the picresque school. To conclude that Joseph Andrews has a rather rambling and discursive narrative which makes us to believe that it is a picresque novel, but on the whole it is not a picresque novel. Rather, the picresque mode has helped him in the development of his comic theory, that of ridiculing the affectations of human being.